Imagine a world where Black children aren't assumed aggressive and dangerous in the 3rd grade. Imagine a world where Black girls aren't thrown to the ground by school police officers. Nationally, millions of children are funneled into our criminal justice system from our schools. In Texas, 53,000 children annually are referred to the criminal justice system, and approximately 1,100 are in cages daily. The cost to keep children in secure facilities is approximately $176,000 a day. These school referrals are mandated referrals like weapons and drugs, and discretionary referrals like disturbing assembly, insubordination, truancy. Most importantly, 89% of the referrals are discretionary. This process is known as the school-to-prison pipeline. The most salient factor of the school-to-prison pipeline is race, and it is only exacerbated by special needs and mental health challenges. I founded the Excellence in Advancement Foundation to keep children out of cages. Our organization intervenes at every level of the ecosystem. We provide trainings, community forums, enrichment programs, a criminal justice systems intervention for youth and families. We have built a model that we believe is culturally responsive, restorative, and transformative. Currently, we provide these services for free. We have served hundreds of youth, but it's now time to grow and expand. I have volunteered for the organization since we began, and we depend on interns and community leaders to provide services. Currently, we are seeking $100,000 to hire a full-time social worker to oversee our criminal justice intervention programs so that we can serve an additional 40 youth, to cover the costs to conduct research so that we can closely evaluate youth outcomes. We've partnered with the University of Texas, College of Education, and Prairie View A&M College of Juvenile Justice. Together, we will build a database to support our research partners' ongoing measure of our impact model. Lastly, this will create capacity. It will allow me to focus on meeting with city, county, and school officials about our evidence-based intervention. Additionally, if we keep 70 children out of cages, we will save taxpayers $1.2 million. Keeping children out of the criminal justice system is key to reforming the criminal justice system, stomping out ignorance, hate, and systematic racism. With your help, I believe we can create a world where Black and brown children are no longer at greater risk of being overly disciplined and criminalized. Yes, we have experienced lots of obstacles around having so many types of programs in terms of intervention, advocacy, and prevention. The way we've overcome that is really looking at the research and the data that supports. You can't just provide youth with services and not influence their family system or their school system or their community system. We understand that children don't develop in a vacuum, so we have to influence the entire ecosystem to see the sort of changes that are long-term and that are sustainable. Most of the children in our program are in the program for an entire school year and into the summer. We want to ensure that kids have stability in school and in their home environments and learn how to find enrichment programs in the summer. We do like to follow students for as long as they will allow us to, because we like to see students graduate from high school and go on to college. But on average, our students stay in our program for 1 year. So when we look at how we serve students, once a student and their parents say that they no longer need services, We look at whether a student stays out of trouble, both in school or any sort of criminal justice services, for at least 6 months to a year. And for us, that's huge. We only have 2 students right now that after being in our program a year have gotten into any trouble with the criminal justice system. So currently, we have contractors that work for us, and those contractors will spend some of their time working on the database and some of their time working with our intervention services and some of their time with the research. And so we will use it to, of course, hire the social worker, but also pay the contractors that will give us some time to all 3 categories. There are many programs that the city, the county, and schools pay for to keep children out of the criminal justice system. Our fee-for-service model will allow us to bring in income so that we can sustain ourselves over time without needing grants or donations as much. We understand that this fee-for-service model may not cover the entire cost of the intervention, but we believe that it will decrease the amount of donations and grants that we will need. And so when we look at what the city and county and schools currently provide, either through Title I funding, state funding, or city funding, the average for a community service ranges from about $19 a day to $100 a day.